Headline, Symbiote Supreme nerfed, hit with a nerf attack. Anyone that even looked at Symbiote Supreme should be given rank down tickets immediately. Woeist me. Kabam Mike be a clobbering my Symbiote Supreme with his banhammer. Whatever will I do? It's almost like everybody that's commented on this issue and got overly hysterical about it hasn't played Symbiote Supreme and doesn't know how the character works. Or has been working. But don't you worry your pretty little socks off, because today Papa Seatin is here to educate you on what this means for Symbiote Supreme. Now, we're going to talk about the two issues, or nerfs, fixes, whatever you like to call them, that came to Symbiote Supreme the other evening. And the first one, which a lot of people seem very hung up on, is when dealing damage upon staggering or nullifying a buff, Symbiote Supreme was dealing significantly more damage than he should have been. Instead of dealing damage for only the buffs that were staggered or nullified at the time, he was adding damage for every buff that had been nullified or staggered throughout the entire fight each time he nullified a buff. So let's have a look at what this bug looked like. So here we can see 3-star Symbiote Supreme versus the champion. Primal Fury's gonna proc, so that's all of the buffs. They get nullified and deal almost 30,000 damage to the champion. So a lot of damage from a 3-star character. And you can imagine when this comes to a 5-star man, you're pretty much seeing the 5-star one pretty much one-shot the champion when he got kind of the second or third round of Primal Fury buffs. Again, either by stagger or nullify, anyway removing a buff generates damage for Symbiote Supreme. Absolutely reprehensible damage bug that was plaguing the game for a grand total of 5 hours. It was introduced in patch 21.0 and was fixed 5 hours later. That very same day. This bug was fixed. So just a reminder that the damage one, which everybody's very annoyed about and is claiming that Kabam missold the champion because of this, it was live for 5 hours. Patch 21.0, you can look at all of the old Symbiote Supreme videos. I'm actually going to attach one on the end. It was live for 5 hours after the patch, and barely made any difference, but if you got Symbiote Supreme, you got a bit of an easier kill on the champion. That was about it. That's about the only thing this damage bug realistically affected. 5 hours, it wasn't a problem. Now, the second fix, or nerf, is that Symbiote Supreme stagger effect, instead of just removing one buff when it procced, if buffs activated at the exact same time, then it would remove all of them, instead of just one buff there. So stagger, removing multiple buffs instead of one. But how big is this for Symbiote Supreme? A character that at the start of the fight still has the ability to nullify and strip absolutely everything off the opponent, plus every 45 seconds when he enters that nullify phase, will strip the buffs again, plus every time you activate the special free, strips all of the buffs as well. And arguably, having stagger remove a buff from, or all of the buffs from the opponent, is actually a detriment to Symbiote Supreme if you've actually played the character for more than 5 minutes, because what you want to do ideally when playing Symbiote Supreme in terms of the rotation is you want to build up to one special free initially, and then ideally have anywhere between like 3 to 5 buffs ready to nullify with that special free, so you can immediately go up to a special 2, and the special free activates all of your buffs, gives you 100 genetic potential, and then you just spam the crap out of the special 2. But obviously, if your stagger effect, which is off hits during the nullify phase, is removing all of the buffs, that reduces the amount of buffs you can get to supercharge your power after the special free, and then after the special free you want to spam special 2 so you can get all of the power back. So arguably, instead of being a nerf, this is actually a buff for anybody that's played Symbiote Supreme in quite a few matchups. The only matchup where this is potentially a detriment is maybe the champion, but again, the buffs line up so perfectly that you can consume all of them and then go into special 2 spam. So this one is, you know, arguably in most scenarios a buff. So, as somebody that is probably one of the most enthusiastic Symbiote Supreme players, this, for me, it doesn't affect shit. Like, it doesn't matter at all. Arguably, this is actually slightly good news for anybody that has, you know, played the character for more than 5 minutes, or watched some videos, or understands the rotation. Like, it's just, it's fine. It's not a problem at all. Now, to answer some questions about Symbiote Supreme, has the character been nerfed in comparison to when he was was initially sold, no, he's still really, really insane. If you can bleed the opponent, if the opponent has buffs, he's one of the top options by quite a landslide. And still, like, one of the best counters for Aegon, one of the best counters for the champion. He's still, like, top 3 characters for this month's monthly event quest. He's still very, very, very good. Like, literally nothing has changed. Now, just to, you know, educate everyone right at the end of this video, man, I'm going to slap on the video of 3-star Symbiote Supreme versus 6-star Medusa, so you can see exactly how good the character is, man. If you missed out on that video, literally, in terms of that matchup, absolutely nothing has changed. It would be exactly the same matchup if it were running the game today. Like, nothing has changed at all. But one thing I just want to get out there, man, because I've seen so much hysteria, so much misinformation about this, and people, like, whining and complaining at a champion that they've never even fucking played, or have no idea what these changes were, or how they affected the champion, or how long they were present for. I saw so many people, like, really getting up in arms about this, and, you know, demanding boycotts, rank down tickets, all sorts, just going on a massive bitch-a-thon, when they've not even, like, spent 5 minutes looking into the issue. It was so disappointing, because I strongly believe that Kabam fuck up. They are sometimes a shit company. They are sometimes a shady company. But that's not all of the time. They definitely do have the shady stuff that they do. However, we need to be at least a little bit diligent on trying to identify what's an actual issue and what's a load of malarkey clickbait that people are just chucking out on various social media channels. And I saw, like, so many people guilty of it, man. And it just festers in, like, the comments section, the Twitter comments, and you just get so much bullshit and misinformation. Realistically, this fix, man, it ain't shit. It doesn't matter at all. Symbiote Supreme owners, anybody that has a basic level of knowledge about the character doesn't give a shit, and anybody that's quite smart about this is like, oh, you know, maybe I could use this to my advantage in certain matchups. Like, it's not a problem at all. Like, there was just a massively blown out of proportion, and I'm disappointed, man. I'm disappointed because I know some people, some sources, they can do better, man. They can put in their hours, do their homework a little bit more before trying to get everybody up in arms with the pitchforks, going on a crusade. It's just disappointing, man, because there are issues, but if we keep on going off on stuff that really isn't an issue, then it just makes the community look so whiny all of the time, and we don't want to be a bunch of fucking whiny muppets. Like, let's actually care about the stuff that is important in the future, and if we're gonna get up in arms, let's just spend, I don't know, 5-10 minutes actually figure out what the fuck's going on. What, you know, does this actually affect anyone? Like, have I played this character? What does this mean for the champion? Like, let's look at some stuff instead of going on just a bitch fiesta there. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is my salt out of the way. This fix, man, it doesn't affect shit. Symbiote Supreme is still pretty much a god tier champion. If there are buffs and you can also bleed the opponent, he's ridiculous. He is so insane. And yeah, I could, you know, I've already uploaded like so many Symbiote Supreme videos in the last month, but trust me, man, your boy knows what he's talking about when it comes to this character. But aside from that, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the 3-star Symbiote Supreme versus Medusa kill. #God tier.